Welcome to the Duchess Discussions podcast, where we talk about true crime and missing cases. I'm local to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and today we are going to revisit a cold case from Aner, South Carolina, which is just west of me, about 30 minutes, in a small town just off the coast of Myrtle Beach, as you can see here on this map. Aner is a very, very small town, and we're going to be talking about the cold case from 2007 for Kareem Jamal Ward, who has been missing since June 17th of 2007. Reem is described as a black male, 5 feet 8 inches tall, 145 to 165 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. Reem's disappearance has never been solved. The basic details is that Reem was last seen in Horry County on June 17th of 2007 at 10 a.m., which was Father's Day. He played with his dog, took a shower, and told his family to call if his dog got loose. And here's the details of that story. And this is the case of 22-year-old Kareem Ward. I covered this case 2 years ago, but we're going to revisit it thanks to a subscriber who reached out to me and asked me if I would cover Kareem's case again. This case is just west of me. I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and it takes me back to Father's Day in 2007 in Horry County, South Carolina. This area of Aner is a small town between Myrtle Beach and Conway, South Carolina. 22-year-old Kareem Ward was seen playing with his dog in the front yard while conversing with his cousin. He lived with his mother, Ann Warren, and recalls that her son had a great day as he had successfully installed a brand new stereo system in his Mitsubishi Galant. Now, Ann and Kareem had intended to go to his sister Sharonda Mitchell's house for dinner to celebrate Father's Day. This was a regular tradition for the extended tight-knit family. Now, Kareem was also known as Reem to his friends. Reem was also in a relationship with a young woman. And Ann recalls that one night she dreamed that her son's girlfriend had become pregnant. She knew his love for children and believed that he would benefit from one of his own. However, Kareem had assured his mother that his girlfriend was not pregnant. Kareem had musical aspirations for himself. He was a member of his church's choir, where he also formerly worked as a Sunday school superintendent. Ultimately, he decided to leave his job at the church. Now, on that Father's Day, as Kareem prepared to go to his sister's house, Kareem received a phone call. He suddenly announced a change in his plans, and instead of going straight over to Sharonda's house, he stated to his mom that he was going to be going out and that he would meet them for dinner later. Reem did not say where he was going, but he told his mother to call him if his dog got loose. Kareem drove off in his Mitsubishi Galant, and his mother resumed getting ready to go to her daughter's house for Father's Day. At that time, Ann recalls that she did not notice any unusual behavior with Reem. She assumed that he might be meeting with his girlfriend. While Ann was still getting ready for the evening, Kareem's dog did get loose, and she did make a call to his cell phone as he instructed, but it went straight to voicemail. Once it was time to head over to Sharonda's, Ann assumed that her son was waiting at her daughter's house. However, Kareem's seat at the table remained empty throughout the entire evening. The family just thought that maybe he was out with his girlfriend, but they would soon realize that the truth was much darker. A couple of days later, Anne was making breakfast and she heard a knock at the door. Officer Jeff Galls of the local Aner Police Department stood outside. Thinking that her son had gotten in trouble, she greeted him with an apology. However, all he asked was if she owned a Mitsubishi Galant, and Anne answered that she did not, but that her son, Kareem Ward, did. Officer Galls then dropped a bombshell. Someone had discovered the car submerged in the PD River near a boat landing off of Gunter's Lake Road. Kareem was nowhere to be found. At that time, Anne heard Officer Gall's walkie-talkie. Search crews had begun to start dragging the river for any signs of Kareem. Sharonda and Anne notified the rest of the family about what had taken place, and they tried to make sense of what was going on and how to deal with this situation. Eventually, the police pulled Kareem's Mitsubishi Galant from the PD River. The keys were still in the ignition, but his new stereo system was gone from the car. They found his cell phone in the trunk, and someone had taken the SIM card out of it. The circumstances did suggest that foul play was involved. Although Kareem had no visible connections to the Gunter Island area, it was a popular spot in the local area, and he did love to fish. Police spent the next 2 days searching for Kareem, and they actually brought in a dive team, fire and rescue, South Carolina DNR, and helicopter pilots. Crews worked a ground search with cadaver dogs along the riverbanks, but unfortunately, they uncovered no traces of Kareem Ward. Now, because Kareem's stereo sound system was missing, investigators believed that he could have been a victim of robbery gone wrong. Now, Anne, his mother, agreed, but she believed the stereo was not the culprit's target. And this is where it gets interesting. Before Kareem's disappearance, Kareem sold some land that he owned, and he began to pay off various debts, and he took out a bank loan. Kareem had about $20,000 cash on him the night that he disappeared. Anne stated to Horry County News, "I told him not to carry that money around with him, that it only takes one person to know about it." And against his mother's advice, Kareem took several friends out to lunch and told them about the money. She believes that someone in her son's life could have done it, and communicated her theories to the police and to the public. The aftermath of Kareem's disappearance and his car being discovered in the PD River was the beginning of a tumultuous period for Kareem's family. His mother, Anne, began suffering from nightmares, and she spent many sleepless nights praying for her son. Sharonda's 2 daughters instantly noticed the absence of their favorite uncle and expressed their hopes for his return. And Kareem's girlfriend likewise announced that she was actually pregnant with Kareem's baby. His mother Anne's dream had actually came true, and she welcomed her new granddaughter that September. It was a day of mixed emotions, as Kareem was not present for the birth of his baby daughter. This must have been so difficult for Kareem's family and his girlfriend. Kareem was a new father, yet he was nowhere to be found. Now, on the first anniversary of Kareem's disappearance, a memorial was held in his honor. Chief Deputy Paul Butler was among the speakers, because not only did he care deeply, but he was also a family friend. Kareem's 7-month-old daughter was among the attendees, and unfortunately the family would endure several years with no developments. In 2013, human remains were located in Horry County. They were estimated to have been there for about 4 to 5 years, and they belonged to a male in his early 20s. Both windows aligned with Kareem, but were they his? All at once, the families of South Carolina missing, including the wards, gathered together in anticipation. And among them were Dawn Drexel, the mother of 17-year-old Brittany Drexel, who had vanished from Myrtle Beach just 2 years after Kareem. But as you all know, Brittany Drexel's remains were found just south of Murrells Inlet. So this was not Brittany. And eventually those remains were identified, and they were not Kareem's. So the family's quest for answers continued. Kareem's mother, Ann, said that Kareem once told her that he was never going to leave home. He said he would never leave his mama. But he left, and he never returned. Ann said even if it's bone and DNA that shows that it belongs to him, she said, I would like to put it to rest because I need to have some type of closure. Kareem is listed with the Charlie Project as well as the NamUs website. Kareem went missing on June 17th of 2007 from Aner, Horry County, South Carolina. He is listed as endangered, missing. He is a black male, born on July 27th of 1984. He would be 40 years old. He was 5 feet 8 inches tall, between 145 to 165 pounds. And the associated vehicle that was located was a white 2003 Mitsubishi Galant with South Carolina license plates. His missing person number with NamUs is MP 23932. If you have any information on the whereabouts of Kareem Reem Ward, please reach out to Horry County Police Department. They are located in Conway, South Carolina, and their phone number is 843-915-5350, and the agency case number is 07-062548. I know that his friends and family are still wondering, in February of 2025, what actually happened to Kareem. Did he meet foul play? Did someone rob Kareem of the $20,000 and take his stereo system? Was there an altercation that took place? What actually happened to Kareem Ward? This cold case really disturbs me. It's only about 30 minutes away from where I live in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And I know that people are still wondering what actually happened to him. We're continuing to send our positive thoughts and prayers up to Kareem Ward's family and his friends, that they may find closure and the justice that they deserve. Please like and share this video. If you see something, say something.